Hey!
I'm sorry I screwed.
So I didn't know if, you wanted sparkling or flat or spring or mountain flat or mountain spring. Though in it I was. Hey!
Hello, everybody. I recently finished Spider-Man for the PS4, and I have one thing I gotta say: is man, are those Xbox freaks missing out? Yet another PS4 exclusive that knocks it out of the park. This game is great. I'm gonna be looking to three things in this game: presentation, the gameplay, and the general impact it had on me. Let's jump right in.
No, it's one of his legitimate businesses. Multiple investors. We can't act without cause.
But now you've got that, right?
Let's talk some Spider-Man PS4 gameplay. This gameplay in the back is myself playing as always, and this game took me roughly about, I'm going to say 16 hours to beat, not including DLC. I'm not going to talk any DLC in here. I'm talking strict gameplay, and I actually want to talk, before I even started this game, there was so much hype on this game, it was unbelievable. Everybody was talking with Spider-Man, and I was sitting here thinking, why is everyone getting so hyped about this game? I watched the trailers, I think, it's going to be pretty cool. Now that I played it, this was a game I never knew I wanted. This game has opened up so many doors. In a similar way that A Way Out did for co-op gameplay, I feel like Spider-Man for the PS4 is going to push the superhero genre of games straight up. Like, coming up on the next generation of consoles, we're going to see Iron Man, we're going to see Hulk, we're going to see Thor, we're going to see Superman, we're going to see a lot more Batman, and like, we're going to see shit coming off the shelves, I'm telling you right now. But as far as I can tell, through the Spider-Man for the PS4, through the 17 hours I played, the gameplay is extremely good. Now, gameplay in my aspect involves everything with the game, the aspects, how it works, the story. Through the story alone, this game is worth the full price. It's through the story alone. I mean, it is a little bit short if you do straight up only main missions. People have the same complaint about Shadow of the Tomb Raider, but there's so much more to the game than just the main missions. It's crazy. And when I say crazy, I mean really crazy. Almost to the point where there's too much. Now, there are a lot of things to collect in this game. Between backpacks, you can get landmark tokens, you can do crimes, you can do too many bases. Like, you have the prison breakout bases, you have Fisk enemy bases, you have demon bases, you have the silver lining cable bases, I don't even remember the name of them, and you have things to do like the little cat-looky telescope thing missions, you have the research stations, you have find a pigeon. It's honestly gotten to the point where I was going to go to a main mission, and I was like, well, I could do this along the way, and I guess I could hit that, and I could do this research station. And before you know it, I spent an hour doing collectibles, and then I, end up skipping some of the story. So it's not very fluid like I would like, because there's so much just clogging up the map. So that is kind of a ding against it. And honestly, that's kind of my only ding against this game for gameplay, because honestly, the story is very solid. And as far as combat goes, it is bloody brilliant. I freaking love the combat system in this game. You really do feel like a superhero when you got like 6 guys on you at once, and you just smoke them, and you're sliding under them, and you're webbing them up. It's honestly so good in this game.
Okay, when we're ready. Heads up, he's airborne!
Bitch. Spider-Man gameplay 83 out of 100, pretty solid. Pros, great story. I'll get more into that in general impact. Refreshing and fun combat system. It never really got repetitive too much. The swing system was successful. I thought everybody was on the edge about that, but we did have a lot of reassurance. But I'm so glad it wasn't like some crappy swing system like we've had before. Great boss battles. Cons, who the hell clogged my map with 700 different things to collect? That's the only con. 83 out of 100 seems pretty solid. Moving on, let's check out Spider-Man for the PlayStation 4 on its presentation.
Okay, you are not getting 5 stars!
Presentation. Probably the most underrated category of them all. Honestly, this category goes to pretty much the sights and sounds, the visual aspects and, the musical aspects, everything that goes with it, the voice cap, the mocap, everything that goes into presentation. Spider-Man blown this category straight out of the water. It's unbelievable. There is so much detail in this game. It's truly like how many years did it take to make this game, honestly? And the voice capping for the voice acting, I should say, voice capping, the voice acting and the mocap was unbelievable. Honestly, Peter Parker and MJ are probably two of my favorite characters of the whole gaming year of 2018. No joke. MJ was outstanding in this game. Honestly, one of my favorite characters of all time. I felt like we kind of got cock-blocked by Miles, that Miles, the character in the game. I felt like he was kind of pushed in the story, but I know they're probably setting up for Spider-Man 2, especially with the ending where, spoilers, he got bit by a spider. I was really, I was over the moon when I saw the spider was on MJ. I was like, yes, we're going to have, Spider-Girl coming in and all this. And then when Peter Parker, Spider-Man, was getting, about to get killed in the fire, I thought he was, going to get saved by, another Spider-Woman, and I'd be like, who are you? And she's like, hey, partner, or some shit. I was like, no way. But then somehow the spider crawled off her and bit Miles, so I'll just go with it. But, I wanted more MJ scenes and Peter Parker scenes between them. We did get a lot in this game, and that's probably a selfish thing to say, but hey, that's my opinion. As far as visuals go, they're outstanding. The graphics are top-notch, probably one of the best this year. I think the best I've seen this year, though, was probably Detroit Become Human. I think nothing has beat that so far. But one thing I think underrated in this game is how many suits you can choose from. Because honestly, in my opinion, there's no such thing as too many customization options. I mean, literally, no joke, look at this. There's 40 different freaking suits to choose from. Yes, you have to level up to use them and whatnot and try and unlock them and whatnot. But at least that gives you something to gun for. I mean, honestly, so many suits. They could have easily, how easy it would have been for the guys who made this game to just go why would Spider-Man change its suit? We might as well just keep one in. Somebody said, hey, guess what, guys? Why don't we just put in fucking 50 different suits? Thank you, Jesus, whoever that guy was. And as far as soundtracks go, honestly, this game sticks out as one of the strongest of the year. It's honestly, the only one I think that could maybe beat it is Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I honestly think Shadow of the Tomb Raider is extremely underrated, but listen to this soundtrack, this one. It just sounds like it's so freaking well done. It's unbelievable. I'll only play one here just to take up not too much time, but just take a listen to this. Coming in hot, 92 out of 100 for presentation, pretty high score, pros, great variety of soundtracks, great main theme, superb voice acting, eye-catchy graphics, lots of customization, no cons in presentation. Doing pretty good for Spider-Man so far, but can it hit the home run in general impact? Let's go.
Even more explosions and a barrage of gunfire.
When people do Game of the Year, I put a lot of weight behind it. If you get #1 Game of the Year for me, that really means a lot. Last year for me, Hellblade won it. In short, it's because of the monologue it had.
When you were in love, you left him in tears to smother your furies and banish your fears.
Honestly, that game is bloody beautiful and it has everything you want in a game. It's still, to this day, my favorite game of that year, beating out Life is Strange Before the Storm, which is unbelievable because that is one of my favorite games of all time as well. Spider-Man, will it be Game of the Year? To be honest, I think it has a good chance. To me, every game, if it wants to be Game of the Year for me, it has to have some sort of scene or moment or soundtrack or some shit in it that at the very end of the year, I'm thinking, you know, that meant something to me. Out of all the games I've played, like, that really sticks out to me, whether it be the combat, a certain soundtrack, the main theme, a certain character, the storyline, the ending, whatever it is. Spider-Man has that with MJ and Peter Parker. They are some of the greatest characters I've ever seen in my life. Their cutscenes together, they have so much chemistry, it's unbelievable. They're so good together. I mean, like, honestly, some of these cutscenes, it's just like the little things, but I wanted more MJ and Peter cutscenes of them just talking about strategizing or him just cooking in the kitchen and whatnot. So freaking good.
Everybody has their weakness. Mine is whatever you're cooking right now. It smells amazing.
The chicken curry. Just needs some time to simmer.
No dumplings, I hope.
You're never gonna let me live that one down, are you?
Nope.
The Great Dumpling Catastrophe.
I still can't believe they evacuated the entire building.
I know, and in January, too. Your neighbors...
You are crazy.
You're amazing.
MJ, if it weren't for you and Miles, I would have been...
As dead as I would have been the last 8,500 times you saved me. Pretty sure I still owe you a few.
That's smart.
Hey. I'm sorry I screwed things up. It's just hard being the one who always gets saved, you know? Sometimes I want to do the saving.
I'm sorry I made you feel like you couldn't.
Here we are, a solid 92 out of 100, pretty damn high for overall impact. Pros, Peter Parker and MJ are dynamite in this game, and I never knew I wanted this type of game. I wasn't really too hyped coming into Spider-Man. Came out of it wanting more. Great way to end the story. I'll talk about that right after this. Cons, I wanted more Silver Sable. I know there's a DLC featuring her. I don't do reviews on DLC though. Strictly based on the base game, and I didn't get much Silver Sable. I thought she was a great character, and I thought we missed out on a little bit. In the end, I'm giving Spider-Man for the PlayStation 4 an overall 9.2 out of 10. Very solid game. I honestly think it's guaranteed top 5 games of the year. And right now, I don't know exactly where it would be. I've played a lot of good games this year, and I got a couple more to come. But for now, I will leave you with one of my favorite scenes in the game. In the very end, Peter Parker, aka Spider-Man himself, goes to help Aunt May, and he says, "You're gonna be okay, ma'am." And she says, "Take off your mask. I want to see my nephew." And Peter Parker goes, "You knew?" Like, honestly, this is one of my favorite scenes in this game. One of my favorite scenes of the whole year. But hopefully you enjoyed this review. Hopefully you agree with the score. Peace.
You're gonna be okay, ma'am. I've got the cure right here.
Take off your mask. I want to see my nephew.
You knew?
I've known for a while.
I never wanted you to worry.
I did. And I am so proud of you.
Thanks for sticking around till the end. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all that stuff if you want. Also, Patreon links in the description if you want to support the channel. 50% of the proceeds go directly to charities for the environment. Really good cause. Support my channel. I'll appreciate it. Anyways, hope you enjoyed the video. Peace.